because it's not needed. I don't trust that rhetoric because I feel like that rhetoric is what people use to like tell people that everything that they want is opposite of what they want. So like I'm gonna give you the example. Well, what you need, your blessing. You missing your blessing. I feel like people use that rhetoric to like you're missing your blessing. My example. I don't want to date a short man. So the first thing that people tell me is you gonna die alone because you gonna date a short man. I am a 6 foot bigger woman. Like you can have that conversation with maybe somebody who's 5'5", 5'7", like, girl, you can't be looking for a 6'4". But you can't have okay, but I'm saying you can't say that to me. And people tell me that. But people tell me that all the time. Your short king is waiting on you. You're alone because you won't do your short king. And I'm just like, no, I'm actually alone because a lot of you just need to heal. And I've already done that. And I'm not going back. So that's why I said I don't trust that rhetoric.
That's a non-negotiable.
It's like circumstance by circumstance.
Yes.
Okay.
She is maybe an interview call for me, but her dude has to be 6 foot or above.
Why?
That's what I'm saying.
No, but that's a conversation point. Because I know why for me.
What's your why?
I want a guy who like physically feels a certain way, and you cannot do that in a smaller package. Like I immediately still feel put back into like my masculine protective energy when I'm around people in general that are smaller than me, because that has always been my. If someone was to go down, I'm whooping somebody's ass for you, Chandra. That's it. That's it. Not saying that you can't, and most of the world is gonna look to me like. You let her get her ass beat? Like, so I want a man who is physically more than me. For protective reasons, for also want to be like handled a certain way. Like, physicality is big for me. Which is fine, but like that's what should come after that. My thing would be, okay, so then why do you want that? And I think that that's the part that people miss when they're having a conversation of like, oh, your standards are too high, or you're let's unpack your whys and then assess that. You can't just say the statement.
And I don't even think that's a good way to frame something if your standards are too high. Because even that's like, well, what do you mean? I just think like be open.
So you know what my like language to myself is around that? It's like I have my rules, I have my standards. There are always exceptions, but they have to be just that. So I'm gonna continue speaking on the exception. I might run into a very amazing, like super protective short ass man, but he will be a unicorn, and it won't be every single short king getting a chance. Like that's just how that works. So I think that's what the language should be.
Very strict, like he ain't love 16, like you can't.
You should ask her why. Did she tell you why? Why do you like taller men? Why is like a very powerful question, and I ask myself and everybody else often. It's consistently until we unearth something of substance. Why do you like me? Because but why is that important? Because but why is also that important? I don't know if that's the conversation you want to have, but we only need one of these, so you can like use that if you need.
Thank you so much.
Oh, that's her seat. I'm gonna hand me that, please.
Okay.
Thank you. Sorry. Thank you.
Thank you.
Are you okay with him sitting here? Okay. What else is her like? Girl, no.
It's really just the band. They just have to have a certain look. Like she wants a male model.
Why?
Is that what she's attracted
Who she friends with?
Looks are important to her.
She's never. Oh, we're just. Is she in community with men?
She has started. So that's what I was telling her yesterday. I'm very proud of her.
Oh, so that's why. She's able to sculpt that because she's not in community with men, so she never found herself falling for somebody that she was attracted to begin with because she got to know them in their
Well, one guy right now, which we were talking about last night, she's like, he has some common, but I put him in the friend zone because he doesn't have to do it.
That's fine. I also am a big pusher of the friend zone, so I love it. And all you hoes need to get comfortable with it. Because if I friend zone you, that's important. I think that most men need to come out of the friend zone because we need to be falling for people that actually give a shit about us. And how do we find out that they give a shit about us? Because they actually become our friends. Like, so I don't think the friend zone is a problem. Keep getting to know them. Keep falling for them. You're tricking yourself when you realize it. You're tricking yourself for falling for this guy. I think that's the work though for her.
Yeah.
So now just she's already in that path.
But he sounds like a potential match.
She'll become more attractive. The more he, I told you the story of my best friend in high school. Was it your friend? I literally talked shit for him to his friends about how he looked. No, let that man down. Like, he fell hard after that. So I think that's what's the thing we as women have to go through, unpack, unlearn some
but like,
shit.
is it open late?
Sometimes we sculpt these ideas of who we want to be with only off of aesthetic because we don't have any other lived experience to go off of. You don't know. You haven't met yourself deep enough to know that you need somebody to support you in this way, or you need somebody to be able to sit and live with you. So it's like all you have is.
That's one thing too. She hasn't been around.
They also had dinner at all times.
I think that lived experience.
But also not even just romantic relationships. What is her other friendship? Like what is she doing in life? So much of I do have aesthetic things like height, but I feel like mine is rather in vanity. But the other things, as it pertains to like the type of man that I want, is related to like what I feel like I need to progress in my life, which is completely different than what most people are thinking about. Like I need a very emotionally intelligent man. The way that I speak, the way that I speak and how I feel things deeply, and like how I over communicate, like that takes a special type of person that has to be able to understand. Like I can never date somebody and like it actually go anywhere if you shut down if somebody says I feel. That would never work. Like why would we even do this? And you know how I find out if that's the case or not? Be friends with niggas first. I'm about to go on this whole crusade. I'm about to be like the friend zone captain, and all you hoes need to learn how important it is.
When she started at starting salary was like $144,000.
Hi London, how are you?
Yeah. So like, I don't know, she's like gotten a raise. So
Only problem with like
she
YouTube
thinks
live
she's
is
talking about it. She's like a little bit
this vertical format is different than the regular live.
for a while.
They're trying to compete with TikTok,
And now
and it like pushes my live in the beginning to like
Well, like,
all
first
around
he
the
was an
world.
intern.
So I get so much like anti-black
Like,
bullshit
teacher
sometimes. I get so much.
But he must not make that much money either, right?
I mean, people like crazy.
Who are like kids or like every morning, like when they go on trips like this, like to LA, like every year. So like they've been to Squirrel twice. Yeah, every time they come to LA, they go to Squirrel twice.
So
I don't really understand. I don't
people be
really
miserable as hell.
Yeah. Kind of like at the beginning and at the end. I don't really understand why. And they get the same. Or like they were like, should we get something different? Should we get something different? But and then they like alternatives. Horses really Carl didn't pay for it. We like Julie and I split it.
Okay, that is crazy.
Yeah.
Why? Cody is here. Like from like what? Like a long time. He still needs the camera.
Yeah. Now it's like.
Now we're friends.
I think they're like.
About to get some work. So, you might not care to hear about this, so I'm gonna ask first. I'm like obsessed right now with AI and automation, and I
I mean, Julie, obviously, her apartment's really nice, so like, I think
and like
rent is
learning a
pretty
ton.
high. Like, think like the size of it.
So I built a few workflows to like really help me. So I feel like I plateaued because I can only do so much in the creative content.
Well, actually, I don't mean.
And before, when I had a team, I had to kind of like go through and like cut clips and like create social media posts for things and like it'll make the content go further. And I haven't been doing that for like at least a year, 18 months maybe. I'll put the video out, whatever. But I built two workflows. One, it takes my video, like audio from my video, turns it into a blog post, like I wrote a written version of whatever the topic is in my voice, all I have to do is it does automatically. All I have to do is go in, add the photos that I want, and then post, and publish it. The moment that I use make.com to automate it. So it's like an automation I built myself. I gotta show you. It's like a whole bunch of steps. And then once I press publish, it takes the blog post and creates 7 pieces of social media content. So like 4 tweets, 2 Instagram posts. It takes a TikTok, a video that I designate to go to TikTok, and then send it to Facebook.
Well, yeah, I think it's
so then it automatically does it for all those things. And I'm just like,
And
brilliant.
how long have you been doing that?
I've been total working on this for like a week and a half.
So you've already generated some
They
posts
always
from
stay.
Yeah, I can show you.
And does it feel like, oh, that sounds just really my voice?
Yeah.
Always like.
Well, actually, I kind of I feel like it's a more. My videos are very like. I don't care about being politically correct.
Yeah,
the articles are very politically correct, but still in my tone. So like that's the difference.
And they ended up really liking it.
I think that was my only concern. Like, does it sound like
The long phrase.
No. I'm just way more polarized in my speech than it lets on. So like,
and did you give it a previous post?
no, it just took the transcript from mine.
They
It
like
automatically transcribes my audio, takes the transcript, and the prompt, part of what's in the prompt says, use as much as my original language.
Oh, okay.
The rooftop was like closed
Yeah.
off.
So like, all of these posts, all I had to do was add the feature image and the photos.
But this time,
Wait, did this just go live? I think it was. Oh, and I put the like video in.
They said Carl's
But like
like,
all
they
the
want to
text,
try to come back.
it does it on its own. I do the photos and I drop my image. I mean
Or
my
like
video
basically
link,
like they want to
and then press
like
publish.
like twice a year. That's what
And then
well,
now-
That's what I say about SF. I end up doing
It is.
They were like unbothered by
I was like,
I guess it's like this weekend.
just the Instagram photos that go up from here. I might geek it out over my automations. I'm really excited. Where's Facebook at?
It was
There's a Facebook post.
crowded. It was like crowded when we
man,
arrived,
the
and it kind of
caption.
like emptied out a little bit. And it kind of made me think about the night that we went. It kind of like emptied out. Like,
Captions created automatically. Like
but then
I don't
it got
have to touch
busy
this shit at all.
after the night, it's like busy again.
And then I'm still like tweaking the Twitter.
And also,
account.
I mean, I texted them.
But Twitter, I'm really excited because Elon says the whole it's like if you try to do it straight up like this, it makes you try to charge you $100 a month to be able to like tap into the API. So the way that I backdoored it was to go through I have to go through 2 different other services, but I figured that shit out for free. Come on. Oh, but this is it. Let me show you the
One of the reasons why they came was
I'm trying to like come up with a thing to straight TikTok so I can keep track of like all of the trending things week to week and like make suggestions and like figure out what content I need to make or whatever based off of that. But that's something another pet project.
So
Okay. What am I showing you first? Here. This one. No. Which one is it? Here it is. Why is it off? Didn't you go to like? So this is the first one.
Yeah, I only was there for like hours.
No, wait.
And like the girls live near where Michelle tried it. So like on Westerly.
This is the one from Love
Like parallel to like Boulevard. Really nice place. I mean, I didn't go inside.
So
Like
this
their
is the one that
backyard.
takes the block post. Whenever it's in the block post, takes it and then like sends it all the way. But it sends it to like ChatGPT first to like create the caption, and then sends it back to Airtable. And right now it doesn't. I can do within. It's this thing called Airtable that I use.
And it was like, I mean, it was cute in the sense
So
that it
it
was
generates
like,
everything here, and all I have to do is
so
like,
she went to, like, she and her boyfriend, they went to
press
USC.
approve, and then that's what's gonna push it through and like post it. So I do have a moment right now where I could check and make sure like, oh, I like this caption, or oh, I want to fix something.
You guys are like,
So you have to approve for
Yes, right now. Because I'm
She was,
testing. But I'm gonna set it up to like automatically go once I'm done. Yes. So all I have to do is record my original video and then come here and approve.
like 6 years later.
Based on these freaking workflows.
what were the two things that
Oh, and I like crazily, I was like talking to this one girl for a really long time. And she was like, oh, I'm from New Jersey. And I was like,
I'm doing it through Buffer, which is another software.
Oh, no, I said, I'm from New Jersey.
So I send it to Buffer from my Airtable, and then Buffer sends it to Twitter.
So you don't know anything about this place?
But if you
No,
just
because she
have
was 6 years ago.
Straight to
Or she
Twitter.
was actually, she was
It was
actually
charged
for, and she,
I was so pissed. You
and
know
her
how to
older
forget.
brother.
Wait, I'm trying to find
Like, she was
another
like, my older brother's
work though. Where's the one from the
like,
like?
on LinkedIn. And
I
I
have a
was
name
like,
for it. And then I have other ones for like my clients stuff, but that's boring.
she was like listening to
Oh, here it is.
There's no overlap between what he did. He was like a track person. Same school, watching. Yeah, she was like, did you go to Watch on Hill? And she was like, yes.
That's what I've always
She also went to St.
This
Paul.
is the benefit.
Because like my high school was like 4 different towns, right? And in my town, there were 4 elementary schools.
It has the pencil on it. Well, it's not like a real pencil. It's like the little.
Oh, no, it's kind of flat.
That we like,
No. It's not that one.
I mean, what type where she grew up on that. Just the few streets over, which is pretty.
No, that's another one. That one has a thicker. It's like a.
Yeah, that's not the.
That one's thicker. I use a smaller one so I can make like feather like hair like stroke. And then on the other end, yeah. It's really that's what it's called. It's called precision route.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I didn't even get his name.
I don't know, it's never, I feel like obviously New Jersey is happening before, even like Central Jersey, like town you're from, or whatever, but like specifically.
Because you're on the live stream, so I'll tell all your business, but I commuted.
And Central Elementary School is like.
I mean, not that you are going to, but just a warning.
No, actually, also like, I mean,
Right.
Like, I was actually trying to network, but she doesn't really, she has like, she's actually an admissions officer at USC, and I was like, oh, that's nice. You know people who did that?
Admissions officer?
I haven't been doing a damn thing.
But I feel like in Yale, like,
We've been
it was
sitting
like
here
a kind of
jaw
like,
jacking.
good job. Coming was like fairly competitive to get as a job coming out of there. It was like fairly, not a popular job, but
It depends.
I always like, do it.
Yeah, right now I
Stick
ain't.
around.
Sometimes people post questions, so then I'll talk about that. Talk about
It's
ranting
like
about
a
something,
job. It's like,
whatever's going on today. A lot of times I'm working,
that's what she was basically saying.
so
She was
just
doing it.
kind of like body wearing for everybody who might be watching. Like you work with me.
Because she was basically like, it's either like, you either move on to something else, or you're like a career.
Now I'm a personal channel. On my main channel, I do live talking about shows and characters and all that shit. It's way more produced. On this one, it's just like me.
That's working with working in here. But I never actually applied for anything.
The breeze feels good, but it's called problem.
That's my hard job.
So what do you gotta read?
I don't have to read this.
I don't even remember, but I feel like it was a good
Where was it?
Cause it's probably good. This has been so exciting though, y'all, because
Yeah.
I really like to learn.
Well, but
Like I
otherwise,
really like to learn, and it hasn't been until like this challenge of like getting these systems up and running that I've like reinforced like, oh yeah, you actually need this. You've been missing this. Because I haven't been sleeping, and not because I can't sleep, but because I like don't want to stop. Like I don't want to stop and take a break and then go to bed and like no, like just keep going. It's been great. It's been so invigorating.
yeah, they have this
And
like
not that they will, that will just add some ease
what
to their life and work.
as if it's like one big thing. It's like something. And it's like
I'm going to be traveling, and like the way that I'm back home, same old. I'm going Baltimore, Detroit, back to Baltimore, back here. Can't show you because it's on my phone. But the way that now all of those posts will just be on my phone, so all I have to do is like briefly look at the caption and like, okay, this is great, approve.
You're managing a team.
Even the hired ain't tired of being with goddamn
And I got
people.
Yeah.
It's so amazing.
yeah.
I'm closing the gate and our patio closed.
Okay.
Are you
Everybody
recording?
I don't want to
No.
have to do this, but
Nothing really is there. I mean, end of all.
it's the streetwise.
Yes, I leave the 28th though.
Sure.
It's Labor Day.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be back in Detroit over there. You just told me. I booked some tickets and no, she just wants to come there so bad. She loves saying the line. Like, girl, so Jerry's actually from Detroit. So now she want to talk to you. She's gonna talk to you like she's from Baltimore. I mean, like she's from Detroit. That's what she's gonna do. She's from Savannah, Georgia. I wish you would have told me. I remember that you. I don't know why I thought it was like you were reunion was in July.
My card to like.
I literally just booked that ticket too.
Can I like, yeah, I'm in the 29th.
Oh, I leave the day before. I would, if I would have known, I would have stayed.
I don't know. We should just check it out before they close.
We can, but I don't know if you guys listen.
And when you going? September? No, when?
24th.
Oh, I'm gonna be there.
You would at that time?
Yes, I'm there from the 14th to the 28th.
I guess like we'll see how long we.
Yes, me and Jerry are hanging out in
Oh,
Detroit.
y'all enjoy.
We're almost done. Why? I wish we could stop taking the bus.
I'm gonna be there for 2 weeks. Bless my heart, because my father is alive.
Monday off.
I don't know, my Christian ass daddy, main labor ass daddy, I don't really get to enjoy Detroit when I go, because I'm always like working, like at his properties or fixing some shit, mowing grass, like. I'm gonna try though. I'm gonna try this out because my sister. I want to like do something special for her. She had a major life event, and I want to.
Okay.
Yes, you know what? I am touching grass. I'm out here with folks. I have friends and everything.
People tell she's like, you are a tough critic. I'm like, I am, but I genuinely don't. I do remember her face. I do remember her in it. I don't remember her enough to be like, oh yes.
Oh.
So, but also Insecure wasn't that type of show for me to be like, oh yes, either. So.
That's the part, and I got that. I keep my mouth shut because when everybody's praising it and everybody's just like, it is everything for me. I'm like,
it's very average.
I will go back.
Yeah, like
it was a beautiful aesthetic.
Yeah, like
the aesthetic was fire.
Like beautiful gown.
Beautiful gown. Beautiful gown. It did what it needed to do.
Yeah, exactly.
But also, I think like that's my thing. Like I'm about to spontaneously combust, y'all.
Are you on mute?
No, but I'm fine because I've already told these people this plenty of times.
No.
The way that everybody wants everything to be this one thing pisses me off.
Oh, yeah.
Insecure can be insecure, and it can also not be it can also be not the greatest fucking black show that has ever made.
Oh, absolutely. I know they don't say
Everybody's mad at Tyler. I get it. Y'all are pissed. Tyler Perry.
Oh.
But Divorced in the Black is a Lifetime film with a features budget, and y'all mad because he's getting money? Y'all are watching this every weekend on Lifetime Movie Network. Stop it. Please stop it. He never claimed to be a director. He never, a auteur. He never claimed to be able to do play. And y'all asses want him to be coming out with critically acclaimed work or stop writing.
He came to be a writer, though.
But my thing is, everybody's not going to be at the highest level. Like, you cannot silence people. He's doing what he wants to do.
He is regressing, Erica.
And that's his right to do as an artist. My thing is, like, the rhetoric around it is like, he needs to stop. That's also creating a conversation of like, if you deem me to be tacky or you deem me to be X, Y, and Z, I can't exist because you don't actually respect what I do. And you don't have to, because Pride is Cat, you could just not watch. You niggas want to say, oh my God, Tyler needs to stop, but you make his movie #1 every single time the movie drops.
There's absolutely, he does.
And how many of y'all have seen Origin? I've been saying this all year. All of y'all complaining that Tyler needs to make more critically acclaimed work. But then none of you.
I'm sorry.
No, you good. I just didn't know what it was. Girl, that's funny.
Everybody got criticism for Tyler.
Yeah.
Tyler need to write better or hire writers. Tyler need to do this, Tyler need to do that. But then Origin drops and nobody goes to see it. And it's the best film in the last 10 years.
I saw Origin.
But most black people haven't.
He didn't write that.
I know Ava did.
Oh, okay.
But y'all are not, my point is, you're not supporting the people who are actually making the work that you say that he needs to write, but you're supporting the person who's not making the stuff that you are actually saying. Meanwhile, Ava gotta produce Origin by herself. Ava don't have no damn money.
She's self-producing a lot of stuff.
Because she's not getting greenlit. Because y'all not showing up. But then y'all want to complain about Tyler.
Because her stuff is legit. And it's not whitewashed and fucking Tyler Perry.
But my point is, there has, like, the way that you actually have free markets and space for all creatives is that you don't advocate to completely annihilate another. Go where you are looking for whatever it is that you're looking for. You're looking for critical acclaim at Tyler Perry Studios. That makes you stupid.
Okay, so I will say this. I don't feel like he needs to be annihilated because I do feel like, yes.
And I'm speaking specifically to that because that's what I get so much of.
I feel like he is giving jobs to people of color and not yada 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 because that's imperative, right? And also that he built his own freaking studio. He has land, he has all these things.
If he was taken from other people, that would be a different thing.
He is also contributing to this narrative of toxicity in the black community as it pertains to how black women are portrayed or black women in relationships and things like that. And two things can be true.
And I add a footnote or like a little something in there. I got my fucking World Rock last month, and I decided that Tyler can stop writing this stuff the moment we stop living it. Because I actually have a friend right now who is quite literally living a timeline of a Tyler Perry show that I'm covering. And when I was having conversations with her, I could not, but like, I'm like, you're for real. Like, you're really for real. It blew my mind because I'm not living it. So I don't have it all looks like, oh my God, this is crazy, girl. Like, you need a da-da-da-da-da-da. But there are literally people who are doing the things that he's putting on screen.
So extra footnote.
Well, can you agree or disagree with that?
Yes.
Okay.
So yes, because these are our experiences, yes, some of that problematic shit that we have that are caricatures of the things that we have grown through our ancestors and all types of stuff. I feel like as artists, we have I ain't gonna put this on everybody, but my mentor was telling me like, yeah, but then how are these characters redeemable? When do we get to see them fucking triumphant and
so
grow?
Then this comes to the criticism part. I personally have critique of Tyler getting better. And like, okay, there's no nuance here. And like his part, like this could go deeper. In Divorce in the Black, that's not a film for me. I'm not the target audience. I realize that, and I will say that in my critique. But hold on, I'm gonna get this point out. And I have very specific critiques of like, okay, you could have gone deeper here. We needed more context in the backstory here. Like you could have explored his humanity in this for specific characters. But my criticism isn't grounded in Tyler shouldn't write anymore because he don't have those things. Because I come to the next thing. I can have this criticism. It could be very true, and it could be something that could push him forward. But what if he's decided that he don't want to go forward? Now I'm putting off my goals and my thoughts and my things on somebody who don't want that shit. Like I watched his documentary. Tyler is doing exactly what he wanted to do. He's achieved his goals. So what I'm struggling with, and I don't want to be in this position once I am Erica Louise Turnbull, I don't want to be beholden to my people because they want me to do a thing because I now have a platform. When I came here, my shit is going to have dark-skinned black women leading it all over the place. I do not have time. I do not give a shit. I'm telling y'all right now, 30 years in the future, I don't have time for light skins coming out. But Erica, what about the light-skinned girls? Because I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
And it's no shade to the light-skinned girls, but that's what my mission is. So 30 years from now, I'm supposed to heed, well, Erica, needs to start sprinkling in a little bit more lighter people because this is getting very The criticism could be there, but that could also just not be my goal, and that could be okay. If we're saying two things can be true. I think that we're wanting something for Tyler that he don't want for himself. And when I realized that, it changes everything because I've been critiquing his shows on TV for like the last 3 years now. Once I realized that and watching his documentary, I'm like, oh, well, he don't want this. So I'm going to tell you based off of like y'all watching and what you can take from it as an audience member and what this can do for you. Not in following it, but like this could be your warning and cautionary tale, cool. But he don't want that. So who am I to make him want that? Who am I to make Tajiri, I think that you could be da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. But Tajiri really wants to express what the life is of a multi-hyphenate actress who has strong dance background and wants to only lean into those parts. But Tajiri, I really think that you would be an amazing fucking superhero such and such. Go down this road. Who am I to push you there if you really want to be there? Who am I to invalidate what path you have for yourself? Because I think I know better for you.
Yes, I understand what you're saying, and I don't think that he should be tore down, but I do feel that it is important conversation to have.
Yes.
When we're calling people up to hire to better to things, and he doesn't have to want to do that or aspire to that for himself. But if we're having this conversation around with other creators and it's like, okay, are we looking at him for the blueprint? Absolutely fucking not.
I am.
Don't do that.
And I'm not doing it for the writing. I'm doing it for the infrastructure. I'm doing it for the all of the other things. Because that's the part that falls under it.
Yes.
Y'all mean to tell me that we're going to shit on him and tell him to stop writing. Meanwhile, the shit that he's writing is the only thing that's paying our actors what they actually deserve. Actually, I'm opening them up to go and do all the other stuff. Like, there's a actor on one of his shows. He's not even a main character, but he went and shot for 2 weeks, and he's good financially for 2 years.
So then the conversation circles around to like, okay, is this just for money or are we going to talk about art? So I just feel like...
And I don't think that he ever entered the conversation saying that he was an artist.
Who?
Tyler.
Well, we know he ain't that, apparently.
But he never said that he was.
I'm talking about the artists who watch film because that is a part of art. It's filmmaking, it's acting, it's all of that.
Right.
That is art, you know what I'm saying? So it's not even that he said that you're an artist, you're putting out the work, you're putting out the film, so you're leaving yourself open to being critiqued by artists, by people.
I don't think the critique is the problem. I think that he needs to stop writing. He needs to, all of that.
Like,
the Tyler Perry needs to stop. It's ridiculous because half of y'all putting up scripts are not necessarily going to outright him either. Like, let's be clear. It takes work.
It does take work, and he stopped working and trying. Like, you know what? I got a production company. Let's just produce something.
And you know what? He can operate in that space.
And
What?
he can.
Who am I?
And it's still BS. He can, and it's
To
still
you.
trash.
To you.
a lot of people.
To you.
Artists.
And somehow he still Number one. Every single time he drops something.
Right, because I also was talking to a friend of mine the other day. I was like, it's so interesting because people, I feel like, I guess
We gotta walk around. Hold on, y'all. We're on the move. Gotta find another place. So like, and I don't have a problem with like you as an artist, right? Looking at it and saying, yes, I want to see everything you did. I'm like, thank you. But also, I'm able to cover Sister every week because of the conversations that I can now have with my community of other black women based off of the shit that we're seeing and all of the things that aren't right and all of the, and like, this is why it's not right. This is why she needs X, Y, and Z. Like, I think we get so stuck on like the face value of shit that we don't try to find a benefit, try to grow from whatever is placed there. We just immediately negate it as if it's nothing. Like, if Tyler didn't exist, how many people would not even have their careers? And I'm seeing a lot of people, I don't know, because I'm in the critique space, I'm seeing a lot of people like, I wish Tyler didn't exist at all. And that's where I'm like, y'all are ridiculous.
I'm not making blanket black and white statements.
A lot of people are. What are you doing? We're walking.
Like, you stopped. I thought we were chilling.
Come on, man.
Where's
I don't know
that?
where we're going though.
The shit.
Is there a park?
He knew that. So. You ain't know. I knew it, Mom. I knew it. Yeah. But
It's so funny.
And I also feel like the narrative.
I'm listening. Come in. Oops, sorry.
The narrative around like, oh, he paid me this. I'm like, okay, but at what cost? And again, it really depends on who you are and what you want. And I know that for me, I'm not accepting divorce in the black just because you giving me $5 million. Because this is my brand at this point. I refuse.
You think that people involved with divorce in black tarnish their brand? Because I love the performances, even though the script wasn't.
You like the performance?
I did.
Again, he has an audience.
Based off of what the script was, I didn't necessarily enjoy the script, and I don't like the subject matter. But like watching those people perform, that's what kept me in it. Because I didn't. But I also don't really care for the film. But it's not a film that I'm like, oh, Tyler needs to stop. Wait, y'all hated the performances? Y'all hated all the performances?
Girl, what?
You hated.
So mellow.
That's just not my cup of tea.
It was. I said, y'all.
Can you give me examples?
It was just emoting the whole. But that's what he. Listen, I didn't expect anything less. I promise you.
What did you think of Kelly? Not who directed it.
It was just very melodramatic. It was very caricature. It was very like I was like, who the fuck Uncle Tom S? But again, it's which
I also think that, because the Tyler directed also.
Yes.
he had to direct
Yeah.
it.
He directed
I'm
it.
not
I
surprised.
think that's just his directing style because he comes from the theater that melodramatic.
What theater? If it was theater actors, it don't have to be theater actors, but I'm just saying, like, it were that
But I'm saying maybe that's the type of performance he's
like
seen.
over the top.
Yeah.
Caricature, maybe vaudeville.
It's just very big and melodramatic.
So when y'all, let me get this actually.
I have a sling.
Yes.
Where did you get this player? He's so cute. I get it. I would be able to help.
Oh yeah. You said you wouldn't be able to help yourself.
I would want to help you too.
That's because he kept stopping. I'm not about to stop at every tree while we walking up here.
Oh, I love her. Yes. That's what I'm saying. It's like, so yes, all of these elements.
So, okay.
You couldn't pay me $5 million to do that. Because absolutely not. That would not be on my Rolodex. That would not be on my. It would just not be a part of what I want, what I need, what I see myself to represent. Period. It's not what I want to do. But the people that he had involved, I'm not surprised. I am disappointed with Deborah. Because I'm like, no. But also, when you get to a certain point, yes, this work is very fickle, and you don't know when you're going to get your next check. And so I get that the conversation is around, but he's giving me money. But. I get that. So
I don't even know if it's that. I think if he hadn't amassed and like served this underserved audience and amassed all these millions, nobody was saying anything if he was just putting out stuff on TV, because there's plenty of people who are doing that and it's trash.
Wait, one more time, the beginning?
I think that nobody would have a problem if it didn't work and he was like putting out stuff on TV. But because he served the community that was underserved, has made all this money and is producing this thing, nobody has a problem with the indie people on Tubi. Like, nobody is saying shit. But it doesn't matter. But that's my point. You can't move the goalposts. Like, he's at the end of the day, he's still a person creating.
The idea is once you've had some success, once you've had a couple of films under your belt, people expect your filmmaking to grow, and they don't feel
Correct.
like it's happening.
But how many artists haven't grown? How many creatives plateau and never surpass? A lot. Across various industries.
Well, in particular, filmmaking. Right?
There are actors who never actualize who they actually could be.
Absolutely. The people who
So do they deserve to not be? Do they deserve to never exist because they don't continue to push?
I think you're going back to this statement that we shouldn't write, we shouldn't do this.
Well, what are y'all saying the alternative is?
The alternative is either you create your own films. The alternative is do what the heck you want to do.
No, but this is what I'm saying. He's doing that, and everybody said he can't do it because he made himself to be Tyler Perry.
We're not saying, well, I'm not saying, I never said that. I agree with what you were saying, but I also, and everything, I added on to it. Because, yes, this is your lane. Yes, you have your audience. And you can't write. It is regressing.
Okay.
And the directing is so melodramatic. The acting was subpar at best, but that's just because I feel like of the writing and the directing. The attitude is kind of hard to act when you're being puppeteered. Like, it's just, it was giving D movie. Like, I couldn't even give you B. It was whack.
Okay. So then my next question is, do whack movies not deserve to exist?
They can exist because I feel like if this is what you want to do, do it. Who am I to tell you not to do
That's
it?
my That's where I'm at with it.
Yeah, I don't care.
Why can't Tyler just do whatever the hell he wants to do because he wants to do it? But he's doing it, and every time he drops something,
That's because
both
everybody's gonna
people
have
talk both sides out of their mouth. He should not be doing this thing, but I'm gonna watch it and make it number one. So low key, people are actually empowering him to continue to do this. Like, why would he change? One, if he don't want to change, and his audience hasn't required him to.
They haven't, but I also realize that his audience has very
low brow.
yes.
And I had to learn that in covering his shows, and I had to like adjust myself to that. And like, so maybe I've gone through a transformation that has helped me be a little bit.
Meeting people where they're at.
Exactly. And again, there's anything wrong with that.
Thank you. Have a good Sunday.
Thank you.
Okay, so like, for example, there are women who will argue me down. Like, one of the things that I talk about regardless of show, I'm always going to captain or champion a black woman knowing her fucking worth, standing on her fucking worth, and making decisions based off of her worth versus what the fuck society is telling her. Within a lot of his stuff, because he centers everything around black women are experiencing things that some women who are still at those stages think is okay, think is the norm. and they come at my ass because of it. They come at me because I'm like, well, you know, you could actually get X, Y, and Z, and she should be moving this way, and she should have this standard, and she should be this, and this. They like take it like I'm making it personal to them, and like, bitch, you should die, bitch, you should da da da. Like, I get all of that because of it. So that's what helped me. Like, while I get that a lot of the stuff that he makes isn't actually for me, it is serving somebody. And I think when he made a comment recently talking to Kiki about the highbrow Negro, I think many of us don't even realize how highbrow we are. And we need to fucking accept that, because there are people who are living unevolved lives, low vibrational ass lives. And it's a lot of the motherfuckers. And I think I only was able to fully understand it when them bitches came and wanted me to die. Behind me saying, I want you to have better. Literally behind me saying, I want you to have better.
Yeah, and you can still want them to have better regardless of their response. And you could also...
But I think that we got to be able to, and this is something I'm learning and seeing, being chronically online and seeing how political activists are moving, specifically in our space, we got to figure out a way to have our conversations at various levels with various talking points, because a lot of it feels like, and this is something I had to check in myself, so I'm not even trying to like project and say it's not me. I had to check this in myself. We're talking down at these people. We're like,
Sorry, go ahead.
I'm saying that we're talking down at them because of this little response of like, this just shouldn't be, has no goddamn actual understanding or empathy in it. And a lot of the whole, not necessarily, because you're a very empathetic person, but I was like looking for, within what you're saying, I was looking for the empathy for Tyler, and I don't necessarily see it unless I prompt and say something. And that's what all the critiques are. And low key, we don't realize that in not having empathy for him, even within our critiques, we're talking about all the people that he actually is talking to, and gaslighting him in saying that those people don't exist, because they do.
They do.
And I had to like be let know that they do.
And I have done work that has been very low vibration, just in terms of the character. Like, oh my gosh, like this person is going through the ringer and the mud, being raped or just all of these type of things. That's just like, oh, they're draining. And it's like, okay, where are the redemptive qualities?
Yeah.
So if I can't find that in the story, I need to find that within the character and bring it in my work. But that's just because that's how I operate. Now, while I can have empathy for these people who are living these experiences as an artist, as a writer, as a creator, I don't want to continue to perpetuate that narrative, because I have lived through it, because I have read these stories, because I've seen it my whole life. How do we continue to evolve as a people if we don't call each other up? That doesn't mean that I'm belittling you. It just means that I'm acknowledging where you are, and how do we work through that? How do we get out of that? If you don't want to, cool, but I'm going to continue to put out work so that subconsciously, eventually, this shit is going to click at some point, that you don't have to stay there.
And then my thing, I love that, so I want to affirm that, but my thing is, how many of those people who are in this low vibrational state, who are his target audience, actually get to see Tajiri's work? Because we don't build a bridge from Tyler's work to Ava's work.
Yeah.
We just talk about you, not Ava, this isn't that, this wasn't this was so melodramatic, this was da 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 da. But what I'm saying is there's so many other, and having conversations with people every day about this particular work, about characters or whatever, and they identify with them, there are way more steps between there, other than you need to watch this and you need to do this better. Like, it's the conversation of how, but like living that and incrementally pushing for those things versus trying to make people make this big ass leap. Does that make sense?
What are those little steps?
For me, I don't know. I'm like trying to figure it out, but I have started to mirror a lot of my commentary around like what I see political activists do, abolitionists. They really reword a lot of the things that they're saying for various levels of understanding. That's something I did never do. I'm like, this shit makes sense to me, so it needs to make sense to you. I'll say it a bunch of times, but that's not the case. Cool. And then for me, with his work specifically, because I do cover one of his most popular shows every single week, as I'm unpacking the issues that I'm finding, I'm less focused on the blaring like, oh, she has no depth, or this da-da-da-da-da-da. Actually going with whatever the character is that he gave me, and like their character's mindset based off of what he gave, and like having conversations with people of like how they got to the point of this being okay, and listening for that, and trying to take cues of like, well, what do you think would be different if she did da 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 da? Do you think that would be better? But like taking the time to do that. I'm not saying that everybody has to do that, but that's what I'm doing.
But I feel like everybody has their purpose, and that might be yours. So I think that's great, and I'm glad that you said that, because I feel like that is the work. That is the middle point, is that these people have to seek out or have somebody to plant that seed. Again, it's a subconscious thing. It's not going to happen overnight. They're not going to automatically see origin and be awakened. It's a...
Or even connect with
Or
origin.
even connect with
Yeah, I
there.
think that it will fly over a lot of people's head. It was a lot for me, and I consider myself highly intelligent. It not that I couldn't process, it was just so much to consume in reference to information all at once. And I didn't know what I don't watch trailers anymore unless I have to do it for like my channel.
But you also, did you grow up, I'm trying to think if I was having this conversation with you or not, about watching all like the slave movies and things like that. I did. So for me, it was like, oh, okay.
Right.
This conversation again.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
On a different level, because now I get to see different cultures.
Yeah, sure.
So yes, it depends on experience, it depends on the conversations where you're surrounded, but also it just starts with having the conversation. So I feel like you are doing the work, but that person has to want it and seek it within themselves. If you're asking those solid questions, I promise you that the things will come. If you're continuing in the space of like, ooh, Tyler Perry, and yeah, this is where I'm gonna be, then that's where the fuck you're gonna track every time until somebody brings it to your attention and it's like, I don't know if I want that, and it continues to come back around. It's just seeds. That's all.
But before that happens, for them to be able to enter that pipeline, if we silence him, then we stop feeding that ground for that. For them to even be there to begin with.
I don't think like anyone should ever, unless they're actively hurting people, I don't think
that part.
They should be silenced. Like, artists are.
We know plenty of fucking artists who believe themselves to be hot shit, and I'm like, you all right, but I'm not going to tell your ass not to stop acting because I think you do too damn much, or you don't do enough. And I think, okay, so I also have just such specific perspective on things and approach things differently. Do I think that their performances were Oscar worthy? No. Why I really didn't have a problem with them is because I also came into it knowing these two people and like also knowing their lived experiences and like their like.
You came in knowing who?
Megan and Corey.
Okay.
And knowing that they've both gone through this, like for me, I don't know if they get a chance. I want to talk to Corey about this actually. If they get a chance to do something on this topic with so low stakes, if that makes sense, considering what they both have gone through, being dragged for this particular circumstance in their real lives. Like I kind of watched and I was just like, I appreciate them actually being able to do this, given both of them are going through divorces, very public divorces, very damning divorces. I don't know how much you guys have consumed, but like people have come at Corey specifically for their divorce, and Megan has also suffered ridicule or like criticism as it pertains to hers, and neither one of them fully like address it in any kind of real way. I don't know. That's just something I looked at when I was watching it, and I took it for what it was. I'm not the target audience. They enjoyed their experiences so much so like I've talked to Corey about wanting to do other things and like pitching stuff to Tyler. Is it something I'll watch again? No, but it's something that sparks conversation. It's something, and I think too many people are focusing the conversation in the wrong place. When Tyler's work provides an access point to all these people operating on a low vibrational plane that you wouldn't necessarily get unless you were like stalking them on social and watching their stupid ass lives play out in that way, like the dumb shit that they're doing. Like it's only through me talking about Tyler Perry shows and like critiquing the shit that the characters are going through that I'm actually presented with women who are doing dumb shit that the characters are doing. Because I don't, like those people don't even, I've already like evolved out of that.
Yeah.
Like I have friends who I'm no longer friends with because your life is a Tyler Perry movie, I can't do it, what she says. I get too emotionally invested and I ride for my friends too hard for you to still be my friend. Because you're pulling me to someplace I don't want to be.
So that's a huge thing, right?
But it's still happening.
Yeah.
I think that the thing that people are saying of like, oh, he needs to stop doing it. I think he can stop doing it when y'all stop living it.
When they stop living it, I doubt it.
I'm not saying that he will. I'm saying I will
okay.
push for him to stop making this thing
Uh-huh.
when people stop actually living this. Because people like to get on the platform of like, oh, you just amplifying black trauma, da 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 da.
Yeah.
Y'all are living this shit. He's not pulling it out the fucking air.
But also he's living it. So he's pulling it out. People write what they know. You know.
Correct.
Yeah.
And just because this man has amassed billions of dollars don't mean that he has actually evolved. Does not mean he is actually healed. Doesn't mean that he's actually done any of those things.
Yeah.
So who am I to expect that? And then I look at my family and like where I am in a mental place, an emotional place.
Yeah.
And when I go to deal with certain touchy things with my family and I still get certain things, it's like, I don't know, I'm taking all that into consideration when looking at Tyler now, because it's just like, oh, you got a lot of money, but you still Uncle Tyler. Like,
But you also are in a place where you can have these conversations and reflect on that and have that introspection and awareness and do the work. You know what I'm saying? People are not taking things for what they are, not taking personally and shit. They're like, okay, well, let me meet you where you are. Because there is redemptive qualities. But because of that, like, just because you have lived these experiences, it has not taken away from your evolution. So I'm just saying we need to
and seeing it doesn't take away from me. Like, because I don't readily identify with it. Like, I think all black people are like, oh, Tyler is embarrassing us. I'm like, he's not embarrassing my ass. I'm trying to figure out how to build my own motherfucking studio too. Because let's believe the blueprint is going to help me get Baltimore like this.
You don't mind his work. You just wish that he incorporated redemptive qualities.
Me not minding his work, I feel like his work is not for me. So it's not that I don't mind his work. I feel like I accept his work for what it is.
I'm trying to find some seats.
I'm about to go, y'all. I gotta help
Oh,
somebody. But this is so great. They like 1 minute away.
Now it turned into we're supposed to be catching up. It turned to a goddamn Tyler fucking.
I mean, I feel like this is a part of it. All right.
Love you.
Love you.
Thank you for coming.
Nice meeting you. All right, we gotta do this again.
Yes. Okay.
But
You were just sitting there watching like.
because I think I'm in the middle of y'all.
You wanna walk? Where you parked?
No, I'm but I know I heard you say art, and I was like, oh, I saw this art, but I don't see C.
Yeah, they're taking. We can go up there to that ledge over there.
Okay. Do you see your path?
Yeah.
Okay.
This way.
Okay. I think I'm in the middle of y'all where it's like, I don't think we should ever tell someone, like, who has the audacity to tell somebody, oh, you shouldn't be able to create art?
Search Tyler Perry's name on TikTok and watch all the
I
people.
know, Eric. I'm very well aware. I'm just saying I'm not in that group. What I'm saying is, this stuff ain't for me.
Yes, that could be true.
And I also believe that every audience, all people deserve to see themselves on screen and see their stories told. And to your point, those are still some people's stories. And who are we to judge and be like, you should be evolved beyond that, so you shouldn't be watching that? I don't think that's fair. It ain't for me, so I don't watch. But then also to the historic point of it, and getting into the respectability politics of it all, like, there was a thing called the Chitlin Circuit. And I'm sure some of us highbrows now would have called that ratchet and coonery, but they were just entertaining people with black stories.
Oh wait, it has like palm leaves on it. You see that chair up there? That bench?
Oh, I thought that was like a beach. No, but I trust you. You can go there.
I gotta move the palm tree thing that fell, but it looks like it's a bench to watch. Come on, tennis folk. I need to make some tennis friends, more tennis friends.
But yeah, like the Chitlin Circuit, race films, blaxploitation, like people had critiques of those, but all of those systems were very much important to get black storytellers out there. And I just say if it's not
shit. I fucking imagined it. No.
That
It's not in the
but it's not in
shade
the
though.
shade.
Damn, I was seeing things.
It's okay.
That one is in the tennis court. There's a shade. See the tree over there, but it's in the tennis court. There's a green bag on it. So we can either do here or we can go and sit in the tennis court. Which one? Okay.
Cause like, I don't care what my husband. My kids, grandma, mama, we was going to the
It's so interesting to me. And when I tell you I do not want it, I do not want to amass a whole following and a bunch of money and to be doing exactly what I want to do only for my whole community, not whole community, but a large majority of people within my community to come back and tell me, well, no, bitch, you're not doing it the way I want you to do it. Or there. I don't know if anybody's sitting there, but it looks like it's a lighter and a beer. Are you okay if we just sit here and talk? Are you okay if we sit here and talk?
Yeah, you ain't barking though.
Oh, I don't care.
Yeah, it's really fine.
Thanks.
He was right.
Yeah.
In Augusta, that was our only outlet to see a play written, performed by black people.
I think that the criticism
And served that audience. They saw
he
themselves.
killed me when he had the one arm hanging out of this thing.
Cause he really just like, sir. That's not those aren't my stories, so I'm not gonna write those stories.
Yeah.
But I do think it's okay to critique him just as you would critique any other artist.
Right. Literally.
Because everybody didn't like Wrinkle in Time. They thought Ava.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Like every artist has, that's a part of art.
I've been thinking about, the critique automatically comes, but I was thinking about, because All American and the fucking Fall from Grace that damn show had, I was thinking about how I would 100% sell a show to Tyler before I sold the show to the CW. Just looking at what they did with All American.
Even their history with black shows, how black shows, because it was UPN before, CW, right?
It was Warner Brothers, it was WB then. It was UPN, Warner Brothers, right?
But just the history of that, how
Right.
they take black shows to build their platform and then just shit on them and throw them away,
Right. I think that Tyler has his place, and he's working
I've
his
been
plan.
employed at Tyler Perry Studios, so.
And he's working his plan. And I stopped wanting his plan to be what I think his plan should be a while ago.
Because, yes, that is futile, wasted energy. He is not going to generate.
And he might not ever grow as a writer. Who will be to make him?
And to him, I'm sure he's seen growth.
Divorce in the Black, literally, the moment I finished it, I said, this is a Lifetime movie. He just happened to be Tyler Perry, and he has a bigger budget because he's Tyler Perry.
Right.
This is no different. And I don't watch Lifetime movies.
I don't watch. That's why I said I'm not the artist.
And that's okay.
I watched Divorce in Black with my auntie. She loved it. I said
they be eating it up.
Okay.
Eating it up. I came into the whole Tyler Perry ecosystem for shows. I watched If Loving You Was Wrong before. I never watched the Haves and Have-Nots. I've never watched the other stuff. And then my cousin got me on the Sisters because it's supposed to be his version of Girlfriends. And it ain't that. Like, I'm 100% critical of that. But he does have a character, Karen, that I absolutely adore and I absolutely resonate with on certain levels. And that is what's keeping me there. But I can have conversations around it based off of what the circumstances are.
You guys are good, yeah?
Oh, we're not doing, we just need to sit. We just need to sit. I'm more focused on the conversations around the circumstances he's going to find themselves in. But I do think that in the circumstances that he puts these women in, oftentimes there's not enough dialogue that needs to happen. There's no growth for certain characters. There's no depth there. But also there are people who are like that, and I can actually receive that. And the wildest part about it is this season the Sisters has a writer's room, and I actually feel like it is worse.
Why?
The writers, and I guess trying to pick up where Tyler left off. This is the first time I'm actually putting this into words, so bear with me. They take for granted the audience actually paying attention to the 6 seasons prior. So quite a bit of the storylines that they have launched into, they built off of trying to negate or like revisionist history, storylines that were already there, character development, character story that was already there.
They're starting afresh.
Without actually fully starting afresh or setting the stage to start fresh. They're acting like they're continuing storylines, but then having characters do things that are uncharacteristic without providing any type of lived experience that would explain the change, that would explain the shift, that would explain some type of mindset adjustment. And then the things that they are putting certain characters into and the way they're responding, they're not actually diving into and giving us a reason why they're doing it. It feels like the characters are just doing a bunch of shit just to do it. When Tyler was writing, I felt like certain things were happening because he had something to say. Even though it wasn't super strong what he was saying, he had something to say about this particular thing. And now I'm just like, y'all just have these bitches doing stuff.
And you feel like they aren't saying anything with these stories?
No, they just, one character in particular, Danny, I hate her now. Like, I absolutely hate her. She's the worst type of woman. She's the woman that I have unfriended and would never befriend. I think that she could have been redeemable maybe halfway through this season, but the way they had her double down and never take accountability, never take responsibility, and move with this very elitist mindset, but also from a very low vibrational place within her actual life, boggles my goddamn mind. She's the weakest of the bunch, but pretends that she's above everybody else within her friend group, and everybody owes her stuff. Meanwhile, she does not have to show up for them. She does not have to be careful with people's feelings. She does not have to consider her friends at all. And then also on top of like how she's behaving horribly within her friendships, she's not even great to herself. What do y'all got this bitch doing and why?
Yeah, I wonder what's their logic behind
Drama.
But drama for drama's sake.
Drama for drama's sake is this season. Not to say that Tyler wasn't doing some of that before, because he was.
Is he still in the room?
No. He handed the show over. It's a new showrunner and everything. And the showrunner's a man. And I can see it. And I'm not necessarily saying this, but it's coming up in my conversations with the community that watches it, that the showrunner doesn't like women. So going back to my point about we're focusing the conversation in the wrong place as it pertains to like critiquing Tyler, because the more verbose and vocal side are the people calling for him to put his pen down, for him to stop, and like trying to negate all that he has built. I think that the conversation, the discussion can be the critical points that he's missing in reference to technical things as it pertains to writing and directing and all of that, cool. And the major focus to me should be the conversations that we can have from the lack that we're seeing on screen with certain characters and how that relates to real life.
Yes.
But that's not a thing that I have not seen not one critique yet that does that. And part of it is like, Erica, you need to also shut the fuck up because you have this critique and you aren't necessarily vocalizing this outside of your community that knows whatever.
Why not?
Because it's extra work for me. And it's like, for you fucking Negroes that want to be mad that Tyler called you highbrow, you are highbrow, ho. You are. He called you uppity Negroes. Okay. Every now and again I am uppity. My peanut butter and jelly sandwiches look like strawberry preserves and almond butter. Almond butter. I might just be uppity. Like, relax. Oh my God, girl. That podcast dropped and my whole For You page was, besides like Sonia Massey, was Tyler called us uppity Negroes. And I'm like,
Have you looked in the mirror? Do you know what an uppity Negro is?
I watch your shit and I could be very uppity. And I don't actually have a problem with it.
Yeah.
But that's also another thing in reference to like what you're talking about in reference to me doing the work. I've done a lot of work in acceptance. Accepting myself as I am. All of it.
Yeah.
Not just the best parts, not just the parts that makes you look good. But no, I'm a very particular bitch and I don't, some things I don't like it just because I don't like it and I'm perfectly fine with that. And if you have a problem with that, keyword your problem. Accepting it. No longer trying to fix that shit. For nobody. Clean up for nobody. You're making me nervous because you're just like, child. You're so like calculated, not.
I agree that there are definitely uppity Negroes out there, but that's on them if they have failed to realize that they're uppity. Like,
maybe it's also I don't take uppity Negro as a diss that it might come across as, I guess.
well, why do you think other people are taking offense to it?
Because Tyler has more money than them, so he's the uppitiest of uppity Negro, and I don't think that uppity is pertaining to money.
I think it deals with how you look at other people. I think money plays a part in making someone uppity.
Right, because it positions you in a certain place socioeconomically.
Right.
I don't even know if that's a word, but I just throw Leo a lot of shit.
No. Oh, yes, okay. I'm sure.
Your socioeconomic status
Exactly.
is tied to the funds.
But yeah, the uppityness comes from the judgment.
Okay, so in that statement, his statement was uppity Negroes that have a problem with what I'm doing. That is him judging them, I guess. But no! I think that's their self-adjustment in taking it, because I think that's a proper characterization. He does not make work for uppity Negroes. And I hate this because I have said it and I don't like how it sounds when I say it, but it's the fucking truth. He makes work for lowbrow motherfuckers. Very low vibrational shit is happening here. And who the hell am I or anybody else to tell them to stop? When the first step could be, before you tell them to stop, you just stop watching, babe. Just stop watching.
I'm just wondering, does that then come off offensive to those people?
Yeah, I could totally see that, because it sounds offensive to me when I want to say it. But that's what you are. And I've literally grappled with this because I talk about one of his most popular shows every single week. I'm like struggling as I'm preparing, and when I have certain criticisms, so I'm like, I can't say that. I can't get on here and be like, it's not for me because. But I finally got to the point of like, it's not for me because I'm not this low vibrational, and I've said that. I'm not.
That does kind of hurt me hearing it said.
And you know what? Life hurts.
And maybe it's just calling them, which is semantics.
Hey, Allie. I'm just talking to my friend. Do you want to? You okay real quick?
So maybe.
No. Yes. This is
Hi,
Chandrea.
Chandrea.
I was a producer on her short film
Bloom. What's the person's name?
Allie. Chanel was also in here. A couple people in here.
I think it's making me feel bad labeling people as low vibrational. And it would make me feel better if I'm like, you like low vibrational things.
I think also we got to get outside of our, and this is, I'm saying I think because this is stuff I've thought to myself because I've had these conversations with my motherfucking self. I think that we also need to release our attachment to our perception of goodness. And we don't want to say the things that need to be said because we need to be perceived a certain way.
Because we're labeling low vibrational as bad and uppity is good. Or something to achieve toward. Because yeah, I wouldn't necessarily want to.
Because they are low vibrational people, baby. They are. If bitches is coming into my comments telling me how I need to die before next episode, that's some low vibrational shit done by a low vibrational person. Period. And it's fine. It's not okay that you're sending me death threats. But now that I have this like understanding, I can move with that understanding. You know?
about love. Tyler, keep doing what you're doing. I respect it.
I respect the business behind it, less about the creative. But
Yeah.
he was never my inspiration creatively, and I don't think that he has to be. I think that everybody wants, and this is why we need more.
He's
But we
successful
see
at
our
what he
thing.
does.
We see this person that looks like us in this one place, and then he now has to bear the weight of all of the expectations of all of us. Like, no.
Which is not fair.
At all.
As black people.
And I'm gonna tell you right now, Erica's not doing the shit.
Have these huge responsibilities, whereas white people get to just make art for art's sake.
I had to watch Nicole Kidman for 6 episodes, sashaying her ass all through every crosswalk in New York City. And the whole film is about her goddamn walking. I mean, the whole series is about her walking.
Yeah, and if we
And y'all want to talk shit to
And
me?
if we really want to talk about it, when you talk about really highbrow art, avant-garde art, a lot of that shit is so abstract, and it's like, what are y'all doing? Because I don't get it. I don't see no character arts in that, but like, it's labeled as highbrow.
But and then also like going to what you're saying, and for me, and getting to the place of like when I realized that I'm not your target audience. Not only am I not the target audience for low vibrational ass art, but I'm also not the target audience for sci-fi. It's not my shit.
Yeah.
It might catch me. Severance got me because the story like it's like that. I'm an interpersonal relationship girly. I'm a dialogue and like the inner workings of like what's making you tick as a person girly.
Yeah.
But like putting them two things in the same place of like sci-fi, I'm not your target audience. Low vibrational shit, I'm not your target audience. So then I'm destigmatizing low vibrational shit because it just becomes another one of the things that's not my preference. Not to say it's terrible.
Yeah,
It's your life, honey. Bless your heart, it's not for me. It could be terrible for you. Are you being physically harmed? Are you being emotionally and mentally harmed? Now it's a problem. But until then, up until that point, it's all fun and
If
games.
you're not hurting nobody, do what you do. Because at the end of the day, he's, I'm sure, inspiring a lot of people. He is touching people that we as artists will not be able to.
I wish Jerry was still here to answer the question of like, when I asked her, or I didn't necessarily ask her the question that made a ton of sense, so that's probably why she couldn't speak to it. But she talked about her not doing certain things because she doesn't want to look certain ways. That's
I can understand that.
I do, but what I brought up was you want people to see what you put out and how elevated it is and how much work you put into the performance and the craft of it all. But how many of Tyler's people are actually making it that far?
How many of the actors he employs are making
No,
that
the
far?
audience. We have a bunch of people who are doing all this great work,
But
and the majority
it
of us
won't
are
be
not
seen.
watching it.
Yeah, which is their point with origin. And I think she's okay with that.
So to be okay with that means that you also have to be okay with this other end, and people consider this other end.
Because they need something.
Because you deem what your goal, what your desire to be valid, then other people's has to be too.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
If you're not, like for me, the people who are hyperly critical, if you're not now doing the work to go and like cart everybody up, and you are fine with like your artist journey, and like if they see it, they see it, they don't, then you can't be mad at people who don't and what they see it. Because you're not doing anything to that part.
Yeah. And I think that just goes back to our...
Oh, where's the short film available to watch? Can we watch it yet?
Somebody just asked.
Yes.
Thank you.
Well, my audience, I've been talking about it. Like I see people
thank
donated,
you.
and I was telling them like it's not publicly available yet because you were doing the.
Because it's still during its festival.
Yeah.
We actually just had a screening last night in
Wait.
Columbia, South Carolina.
No.
Shout out to the team. But yeah. So I'd say at the end of the summer. Yes, we'll do a little drop.
I would love to do it. I would love to put it on the channel. I would love to like do something.
Yeah, thanks for asking.
So stay tuned still. We can't, it's not available digitally yet.
I lost my train of thought. But I was just going to say that I think I just speaks to what we're saying, that everything is for everyone.
Now, you know what also helped me like get to this point? I critique my criticism about them. That shit, hated it. Season 1.
Oh, okay.
But I also felt like that was very, very harmful to me mentally to watch it. And I don't think that Tyler's doing that.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. If it's not harmful, but
we got people doing what
I don't know.
baby don't watch it, but then I also wish more people watch it so I could feel validated and like y'all went too far. This was way too far. That first season was, I have never seen nothing like this.
But I'm wondering if, how do we pronounce her name? Injera? Your friend who just left.
Tajiri.
I'm wondering if that's what she was trying to get at by saying that, by not giving these people a redeemable arc and showing them how to edit themselves. Essentially, is that harming them? By only showing these narratives of black people and black women in these situations, is that harming them?
I think in theory it could be, but then that comes down to the subjective take that you're only showing that narrative. Because I saw the take of like Tyler Perry shows black women never be in love. Meanwhile, the end of all of his fucking films is like some man coming out of somewhere and I loved you this whole damn time and I just wish you saw it. Like even Divorcing the Black had this man swooning for 20 years, getting his ass beat by the girl family, and still like, oh, I only got eyes for you, looking dumb as hell. So is that actually the case, or are y'all saying a thing to fit your narrative around this
thing? Because I
thing?
have heard that argument that like, oh, Tyler Perry is women bad and all this.
But then what happens at the end? They are empowered, they find love, they do something. Now, I don't necessarily agree with all the ways they do it and the journey along the way, but it happens, so I think that it's kind of a lie to say that he only makes black women suffer. And I hate being the one to say it, because I don't want to defend men. I hate being put in this position, because I'm not trying to defend his ass, but I'm defending him. Apparently. But holding people accountable to their critiques. Because Divorcing the Black is a great example. Tyler Perry don't want black people to be loved. Okay, so the pickup scene, the pickup truck scene, what the fuck was that? Did you not beat this nigga's ass in her house? Like, what the fuck was that? Did he win her at the end? What the fuck was that? Mia Coppola, she didn't end up with the man, but she became more empowered. While she was in that position to begin with, that's neither here nor there. She left that goddamn movie like, I'm that bitch.
I guess it's a case of it not being wrapped in the bow that they
Once.
would prefer.
But you can't say it's not there. I do know, so I can't. I gotta
Shout
stop saying
out
that.
to black artists. Everyone should be allowed to tell their story.
Everybody, especially Erica. So don't come to me with your bullshit when you're seeing my stuff, because I said what the fuck I said. That's it. Okay, I'm telling the story that one of I can tell. There will be some drug dealers involved, because I'm from Baltimore, bitch. Like, stop advocating.
Yeah,
We got enough crime, we got enough this, we got enough.
Yeah,
My grandmother still lives on the block that I grew up in.
So does mine. That's what it sounds like.
And there are hood niggas outside her house every time I go. And that part does feel very uppity. The whole, I don't want to see the slave movie, I don't want to see black people doing crime, I don't want to see this, I don't want to see that. That feels very uppity. Because go to any major black city, yes, you're going to see some well-to-do Negroes, great. But you also going to see niggas doing nigga shit. But we don't want to have a conversation about you demonizing Negroes for doing Negro shit.
I think maybe the nuance or what's needed in that conversation is we just don't want to see that be the only portrayal of black people.
And I got pushback for that now too. I got pushback for that because like I push myself to watch shit I wouldn't typically see. And this stuff is out there. Y'all asses are just not watching. Like Supercell is #1.
Oh, I loved it. Benjamin and Jack.
But how many people watched it before everybody else
And
had to tell
I'm
them
not
to
even
watch
into
it?
sci-fi stuff.
Hello. Okay, so can y'all please? Can y'all please?
Story was strong.
Can y'all please?
And I actually appreciated the sci-fi element because even that ties into being black and how black people are affected by sickle cell.
Yeah.
So, bravo to
Hi. Hey y'all just kind of like listening in to a conversation with a friend that we moved locations and we're just kind of like vibing. We're having solitary talk, but now I guess we're having film talk.
that sounds very strong.
I also haven't publicly, so you asked me earlier why haven't I been the person to say certain things. I haven't publicly done certain things because I don't want to be perceived as if I'm like negating people's feelings. And I don't want to be the bitch defending Tyler Perry. So I hate the like label that's going to come with me saying what I believe to be facts. And I don't want to be, oh, she's pandering to Alabama, you know. It's like, no, bitch, this is advocating for you too to come up with whatever the hell you come up with. Your little whatever you think is important. The same way of like, and same me, whatever I think is important. I'm very serious about my projects and the shit that I put in them. They mean everything to me, but it might mean nothing to you, and that's okay. What are you doing? Hey, Zinga.
This is the real secret of adult film.
Anyway,
Last
next
Friday, I went
topic.
out with a man who was older than me. According
Are you here until these?
No, I'm leaving tonight.
Oh wait, where are you going?
I'm going to Charlotte. Oh, wait.
Oh, sorry. My bad. My phone like went black, so I thought it died. And this whole time it said 4%, so I don't know if it just like shut down because it went to 4%. And now I'm in the car charging, so y'all can actually see me again. I thought it would be like, I didn't even show much of my friends, so I'm sorry. But I also haven't seen those two ladies in so long, so it was so good catching up with them. And like me, I typically like in person, I prioritize whoever I'm in person with and give them my like undivided attention and be like so engaged in conversation. So y'all just got to see a little bit of it. But sorry, not sorry. I typically do that. I thought I was going to be able to frame it better, but I didn't even ask Tajiri if she wanted to be on camera or not. And I showed Chandrea towards the end, but next time I'll start with like, if they want to be on camera, you can see us, so you could have a face to all the people talking. But I also don't try to like, I want people to respect the fact that I'm a content creator and like don't like shame me for it, because I do feel like sometimes, no shade to my family, sometimes people be looking at me crazy like, why you always got a camera, why you always doing da-da-da-da? And I hate feeling like that. So these people didn't make me feel that way, but I also don't want to be the person like putting people awkward positions and putting people out there that don't want to be out there. So I never like lead with that. I don't think it was bad what I've done so far, but like the camera was on me the whole time and I'm talking to somebody else, so I don't know how y'all feel about it. But as I do it more, hopefully I'll work it out. But we did have some really good conversations for the parts that y'all got to hear. I think some really good things to dive into. I think so. There's a girl who posted about coming to the coffee shop Plume today because they're going out of business. The last day that they'll be open is on the 4th. And she called it like One Last Latte, and she posted it, and I'm like, oh, I'll go. So I came today, but I came towards the end. They wound up closing early because they ran out of ice. They felt like they were understaffed. They had a person helping that didn't even actually work there, and I'm like, damn, did the girl not tell them that she actually put up something on TikTok? Like, we got to be a little bit more responsible with our platforms. This girl has a platform, and it's called Black Events in LA, and she talks about everything happening in LA for black people and like black-centered events, black-owned businesses, yada 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 yada. And like, you should have warned them that, hey, I told people online that I'm coming here today at this time to support y'all in y'all's final week of business. I don't think that she did that, because the guy, when I got there, I was the very last person to get something, and they were shutting down behind me because they felt overwhelmed, and he seemed so stressed and like almost irritated. And I'm like, well, I ain't trying to irritate y'all, I was just trying to support, because old girl said come get one last latte. But he felt very much so like, this is, he told me, he's like, this has never happened before with so many people earlier, and it's just like, it's all a little bit too much. And I'm like, damn, like, that makes me believe that she did not tell them. And then everybody showed up, because she got there 11. I got there so late because I was up automating. I'm so proud of my little automation. But anyway, I was up so late, so I wound up coming later. But apparently, well, like when she first got there, she originally told me to come at 11 a.m., which I think is when they open. They basically have been slamming this time, and child. But anyway, the coffee I got was okay. It was called Purple Rain, and it's supposed to have lavender in it, which is purple, but I really couldn't taste the lavender, so they definitely need more lavender in it. Yes, because you want to prepare for the influx, yeah. But I don't think they was able to, child. They wound up closing early, and I had friends meeting me, but by the time they got there, it was closed, so we had to go to another place. And then we sat, that's where y'all saw me sitting, and that place wound up closed like an hour after we got there. So then we wound up walking around at like tennis courts nearby. Y'all, the more I have my hair, the more I love it. It came out so good. I did a FaceTime with my mom for the first time since I redid it. She's like, oh my God, you look so cute. I'm like, oh, thank you, girl. I'm very proud to have done it myself. These braids are small. Like, my friend's like, oh my God, I was gonna ask you who did your braids. I'm like, me. She's like, you doing small braids yourself? Yes. Yes. Thank you. Oh, I'm so embarrassed. Not really, I'm being dramatic, but like, let's say I'm embarrassed for the plot. Y'all, I made them damn tacos yesterday, and they were supposed to be shrimp tacos. Why in the hell, after I got off live with y'all, after I ate the two, Then I opened my fridge to see the damn the shrimp defrosting, and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot to cook the shrimp. That was supposed to be the last thing I made, and y'all didn't even get to see me do it. So while I like made them, didn't even make another taco with them. I was like planning to, and over the course of the night while I was like still working, I was snacking on them like little popcorn shrimp, but it was just sauteed in this like Spanish seasoning or whatever. And I enjoyed them by themselves, just the shrimp. And now I don't even have no more shrimp. Well, I have more. I have to defrost it and like make more to put on my tacos today, because I ate the ones I defrosted that was supposed to go on the tacos yesterday that I told y'all I was making, but y'all never saw it. And none of y'all even told me. None of y'all said, Erica, where's the shrimp at? Like, I forgot. I opened that fridge and I was like, what is that? And as soon as I saw the shrimp, I was like, oh snap. They probably clowning me like, Erica made shrimp tacos with no shrimp. It did. They wound up being a little high protein snack in the middle of the night. They were so good, so flavorful. I just kept going back, and I wasn't trying to eat them by themselves, but I would go and grab 3 and go and grab 3 more and go and grab 3 more. Next thing I know, it was all gone this morning. It just worked out that way. Friend asked me, because she's like, you sure you're a Gemini? Because I think that you're still like more closely aligned with Cancer. And I'm like, no. As the more I like sit with it and like I've researched what characterization or character traits that Geminis have, I'm like, no, this is actually it. It was in front of me this whole damn time. A great example of that is like how I'm feeling right now, and I just be like so animated and so bubbly and just so like active in moments, but then it also can be very like internal, very shut down, very, and not shut down in a bad way, but just like to myself. Like I go in and out of that depending on whatever the circumstance calls for. And like right now in this moment, I feel really great about having a couple hours with my friends and like talking passionately about whatever my perspective is on this, whatever we're debating, and like in it and like giving all the things similar to what I give on live. What I talk like on live is like literally what I sound like in real life. But then also I'm like, as I'm driving home, I'm like, okay, well I'm looking forward to taking these jeans off and like getting into something comfortable, making something really nice to eat, and like getting on the couch and just being in my computer and not saying another word the rest of the night. Like this live is happening now, so once I do this, I'm done. I've already done a TikTok post for the day, because I'm trying to do a TikTok post every single day. I've done this meetup with them, so I really don't even have to talk the rest of the night. Well, I might record some content maybe, but I don't have to do it. Like it's not pressing, and I'm really looking forward to like not saying another word tonight. And I feel like that's a very Gemini thing. My little random musings. Y'all haven't seen me with my contacts in months. Feeling good. today in Zinga. Man, don't get over and ride next to me. You know I'm trying to get over. Like, let's not be an asshole about this. When I'm doing some kind of cheese, because now I'm back dairy free, so I'm going to do this little while, just get to fantasize about it. Throw a little extra cheese on top, throw it in the air fryer. Love it. Went to your mom's church. I love that you had this ritual every single week. That's going to be one of my next things. Once I come back to traveling, implementing that. The week something, wind down on Sundays. That includes a bath, because I want to get back into my bath era. Not that I don't wash, but like sitting in a pool of water and just letting it all go. Yes, air fryer. I do some face masks for like treating, or at least sheet masks. I'm talking about sheet masks specifically for treating different things. But I typically lean for sheet masks specifically for hydration, and like other masks that you like put on for like treating. Really, I focus that. So like one of my favorite masks is the Neutrogena. I don't know if it's called hydrogel. It's the hyaluronic acid line. It's like a jelly sheet mask, or it's like silicone, and it's like so soft, but it's so hydrated. And I think it's about $3, but it's such a like, it's like giving your face a glass of water, the most nourishing glass of water ever. Like when you take that thing off, the glow is crazy. I really love that sheet mask. Good ones? Okay. I gotta look into that. I gotta check them out. I never really pay attention to that stuff. I kind of like immediately write it off and like, oh, how good could it be if it's $1? But I'll look, honey. I will definitely look. With that said, just crossed the 2-hour mark on this live. I'm about to go in the house, get some food, get on the couch. I ain't even do no work, and I told my friends I was getting together with them to do some work in the coffee shop, catch up. We just caught up, Kiki. Do a little bit, but not necessarily like too heavy. Just vibe out for the rest of the Sunday. Enjoy feeling good, feeling great. I hope that you feel however you want to feel in this moment. And of course, I will see y'all tomorrow. Y'all, it's day 88. Day 88. Child. Thank y'all for being here with me. Rock with me. See you tomorrow.